Hello friends, foes, other watchers on the internet. My name is Matt, you're watching Hogwash Gaming, and it's another character creation video for D&D. And this time we're going to be going with Warforged, and Warforged are featured in the newest book from Wizards of the Coast, as far as D&D is concerned, Eberron, and yeah, I think they're very interesting, and I'm gonna go with a ranger this time. Because, let's face it, fighter, barbarian, pretty obvious. I could have gone magic user, there's nothing saying they can't be a magic user, but I really like the idea of like almost like a Terminator character, you know, like someone hunting down people or something. And that's what Ranger is, it's a hunter, so let's go with it. Alright, so the first thing I want to do is go Ranger 1, and then the race is Warforged. Now, I do understand that Warforged have been around a lot longer with Unearthed Arcana and stuff, but I like to stick with what's published in books, just because then people who are really rules are written are like, no, it's this way, or it's this way. Guys, chill out. This is what's in the book. This is what I'm going with. All right, so the background, I'm also going to have a soldier. So that's a little more predictable, but I've done some switching around, which the book says I can do, so I'm going to do that. And you'll see what I mean in a second. But alignment, I know I don't usually do this, but NL, neutral, lawful, lawful, neutral. Would that be LN? Yeah, that's what typically is. And I haven't come up with a name yet. I don't know if I will, but we'll take a look at it when we get there. Alright, so first off, let's start off with the background, and I've messed with it a little. I gave him athletics and stealth instead of intimidation, because as a scout, he's not really into like scaring people as much as just being unseen and whatnot. So what we're going to do is we're going to give him athletics and stealth. There we go. And next up is tool proficiency on land vehicles. So what I'm going to do is, in proficiency, he's going to be, okay, well, let's go down here. Land vehicles. Alright, and then we're going to give him cartographer's tools. Cartographer's tools. Alright, so basically what we're thinking is this guy used to be in the military, Warforged, and his job was to sneak in, gather information, write it down, you know, kind of like Sunny on iRobot, you know, drawing a picture really fast, and then, you know, there it is. Alright, and let me see. Equipment, a unit, insignia, and common clothes, and I cut down his equipment quite a bit because a lot of it didn't make sense, but I'm gonna throw in a description thing. Actually, I'm gonna go down here, and we're going to character appearance. Oh, cancel, nope. Yeah, so we'll go here, and we'll just say battle scar. And we'll leave that to be developed as far as like story goes. We're gonna come up with some backstory with him later, maybe in this video, maybe not, but we're just gonna throw here, and I have unit insignia instead of rank because he's Warforged, and he was created to be in a certain role. So he's not going to go up and down the ranks, as it were. So unit insignia, I think that's how you spell that. All right, so basically that's just like a symbol put on his shoulder or something that says, hey, this is what this unit is created to do. So we'll put that there. We'll put it, magic eye. All right. And that'll be the symbol of the scouting parties of this group here. All right, so we're gonna go to the traits, and he is haunted by memories of war. I do realize that I capitalize memories for no reason. It's something I do. All right, and ideals. I do what I must to obey my superiors. All right. I think that's how you spell all of that. If not, get over it. My life is forfeit if it means victory. My life is forfeit if it means victory. And that's not to say that he's suicidal. He just knows that his place in the grand scheme of things, he's not going to rat out anything. He's not going to capitulate with the enemy in order to save his own skin. He's loyal to the end because he's a droid, basically. All right, and his flaws. I obey the law even if it's not right. I obey the law even if it's not right. All right, so that's what we've got there. All right, so he's going to be pretty interesting because he's a scout, but he's also a warrior. So he has locked in memories that he can't forget because he's mechanical and all this. So you know he makes for a little bit of a tragic character, which is fun to play, not for him. All right, so we've done all the background stuff. I think I'll throw my we'll do this scout. There we go. So now we know what kind of soldier he was. All right, so my cheat sheet for background is done. Let's go with the race features here. I've already added up all of the bonuses, and this is the standard array. So this is how we go. I like it. Constitution is one of the things that Warforged get a bonus on, and I really like Constitution. I've said this before, but Constitution is, in my mind, one of the most important things you can have, just so you have a few more hit points available to you. I think that's important. All right, so Warforged. They are interesting in the fact that, first off, they get +1 to their armor class, and we'll figure that out later. But their speed is going to be 30, and initiative is just their dex bonus, which is +2. Hit point maximum we'll figure out later. All right, let me see. So one thing that Warforged excel at are immunities and resistances. And I'm not sure why, but they're not immune to poison. I'm not sure why that is, but it is. So they are resistant to poison damage and have advantage versus poison saves. That's Constitution things. All right, so there we go. Next up, do not have to sleep and cannot be magically forced to do so. All right. Long rest is equal to 6 hours of motionlessness. Motionlessness. No, it's one. I'm pretty sure that's just one there. Anyway, it's not a word I spell often. All right. So basically, they have the elf kind of thing. I think elves, at least as far as sleep is concerned, only have to have a trance of 4 hours. They don't have to sleep, but I'm not sure if that applies to how long a long rest is. I used to think so, but I think that's just how much sleep they need every day, or how much trancing they need every day. I don't think that has any effect on the long rest, but I could look it up, but we're not doing elves right now, so we're doing Warforged, and it's pretty interesting. All right, so, oh yes, their immunities. Immune to suffocation. Suffocation. All right. Starvation. Aging. Including spells. Yeah, kind of crazy. It's hidden in there, but it's there. All right. Thirst and disease. All right. And immune has 2 M's. All right, immune to suffocation, starvation, aging, thirst, and disease. I mean, that's a lot to be immune to. These guys, I mean, if you're going into a survival kind of thing, these guys are the ones that you'll want to have on your side, because you know you don't have to worry about feeding them or them getting sick in the swamps or anything. I don't know if I like this amount of immunity. I think that they should have some sort of like mechanical upkeep to them. Like instead of water, they need to drink oil or something. I don't know. Something to throw in as far as your house rules go. All right, let's take a look here. Okay, so I'm just gonna write this in. Armor is integrated with the body. And this has a few effects here. Cannot be removed unwillingly. Removed, not removed. Removed unwillingly while alive, and it also takes 1 hour to don or doff. Let me just double check here. This is all very new, so let's take a look, make sure I'm doing this right. Da-da-da-da. You can rest doing this. Okay, yeah. It's a little more complicated than what I made it out to be, but yeah, we can just do this. Page 36 EBB, and that's just saying Eberron, page 36. It has a more detailed idea of what's going on here. All right, so that is pretty much Warforged as far as Eberron is concerned. So we're done with that. Oh wait. Languages. Languages. Common. And I'm gonna give him modern. Modern. Alright, common and modern, because they're the only constructs that I can think of that have a language. Maybe in Volos, they might have some that do, but I'm pretty sure the others can understand languages, but can't speak them, which isn't helpful for what we're doing here. Especially when we get into Ranger, because I've got a favorite enemy thing, but we're going to go into that. So the HP is 10 plus Constitution, so that is 12. Not bad. Their hit die is 1d10. 1d10. Alright. Okay, so next we have proficiencies. Okay, and their proficiencies are light and medium GST armor and shields. All right, cool. Simple weapons, so I just go all weapons. Because as far as weapons are concerned, there's only 2 types, except maybe siege weapons, but I have never seen a proficiency for siege weapons on here, and I don't think you have to have proficiency in magical weapons, because I've never seen that either. So I just go all weapons instead of simple and martial, because all is easier to spell than and write down. All weapons. Alright, and then we've got strength and dex saves. Strength and dex, good. And then we have survival, perception, and investigation. Survival, perception, and investigation. Alright, good. Yeah, they start with quite a few. I mean, they start with 3 proficiencies, and then they have the background as well, so that's good. All right, attacks. Let's just go with the weapons here. We've got short sword. All right, short sword and a spear and a longbow. Now, some of you might be thinking, wait a minute, they start with 2 short swords and a longbow, or 2 simple weapons. How come I've got a short sword and a simple weapon and a longbow? Well, it's because I wanted something other than two-handed fighting. So what I did is I took the short sword option, sold one of the short swords, and that comes up to 5 gold. And seeing as a spear only costs 1 gold, that means I have 4 gold left over. I think I've kind of explained it enough. Basically, I just sold and rebought. It's well within the legal bounds, and if it wasn't, I would just say, all right, my first act as this player is I go find a weaponsmith and I sell one of my swords and get a spear. It's just saving time. All right. So he has scale mail. Scale mail. All right, and so that's a medium armor, so it can be integrated into his body. And that is a 14 plus your dex, so that's 16, plus the +1 armor class, because Warforged have that. So that would be a 17 starting armor class, which is really good. I like that a lot. All right, and an explorer pack. Explorer pack. And yeah, and I've got all the weapons there. Cool. So now let's before we forget, let's go with S sword, because it won't shrink down. Spear and long bow. Alright, and I'm just going to put 20 there as far as how many arrows you start with, if you pay attention and keep track of that. Alright, and we'll finish this up in a bit. Favored enemy. Okay. Favored enemy. And that would be constructs. Alright. Advantage when tracking or recalling information about constructs. Alright, I gotta triple check this and make sure it's that simple, because it's a long block of text, but that's basically just a lot of saying what you're allowed to do as far as what your proficiency is. Alright, choose a type, advantage on tracking and intelligence checks, learn a language, but as I've talked before, the language of constructs typically isn't anything unless it's a modern, so that's why I went with modern. Alright, choose an additional one. So yeah, it's basically what I just wrote, and language. I could put another language down because, you know, the other language came from, I believe, my Warforged background. But I'm fine with just having one extra one. It's fine. Everyone speaks common, basically. That's why it's called common. So, anyway, I'm fine with that. All right. So next up, we got Natural Explorer. And Natural Explorer is an extremely difficult thing to write down everything that you can do. I could, but because I'm lazy today, I'm just gonna go Natural Explorer, and then we're going to say page 91 of the player's handbook. There, done. I don't have to worry about it. Basically, it's a lot of like if you're stealthing, you're not moving slower. You also can't. You are aware while tracking and stuff like that. So it's a lot of little cool things, but honestly, if you're gonna play a ranger and you've got those things, just yeah. I mean, we could write it down, but I don't think it would be that fun to watch. I mean, so what we're gonna do here is we're going to go short sword, and I think that's a oh well, let's do all of the proficiencies first, just so then I've got those numbers in my head. Alright, so strength is +4, dexterity +4, constitution +2, intelligence +0, I believe, yep, wisdom +2, and charisma -1. That's fine. Charisma is my dump stat, just because he's probably not going to do a lot of talking. Alright, acrobatics is +2. I should probably just make +2 my copy-paste thing. So, there, copy, paste, 0. Athletics is +4. Deception, -1. History, 0. Insight, Control V. Intimidation, -1. Investigation, +2 actually. Medicine +2, nature 0, perception +4, performance -1, persuasion -1, religion 0, sleight of hand +2, stealth +4, and survival +4. So we're pretty good at a lot of things. We're abysmal at a lot of things too, but you know, he's a stacked character. All right, so now attack bonus is +4 for all of these, I believe. Yep, +4, +4, +4, and short swords, I believe, are D6. Yes, 1d6, and then +2. Spear, I believe, is the same. Yep. So we'll copy and paste that. Longbows, I think, are D8s. Yep. And we'll just go like this. All right. So that was easy. Right there. Good, good, good. And I won't write down the money just because that changes so much. Okay. I think we're good. Let me just double check this this natural explorer thing. Yeah, why not? I'll write it. I'll write it down. This is lazy. I mean, I've only been recording for 27 minutes or so, so we're good. We'll write all this down. All right. Difficult terrain does not slow the group's travel. All right, because travel times are important sometimes. All right, group cannot get lost except by magic. All right. Remain alert even while engaged in other activity. And they have examples in the book, like tracking or something like that. If traveling alone, move stealthily, yep, at normal pace. All right, that's pretty good. Find 2x food when foraging. That's not super helpful for Warforged, but you know, if he's trying to take care of other people, then that could definitely be a bonus. All right, so. Oh, okay, so particular environment. Oh, wow, good thing I double checked this. One type of favorite terrain. Where would he be good at? I wonder if city is a Arctic coast. No. City would be great. You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna say urban. Yeah, I'm gonna say that's not only fitting for for just this character, but also for the world that these guys come from. Because Eberron is a place of cities and stuff, and a urban ranger is pretty cool. All right, so okay, when tracking creatures, learn their numbers, sizes, and time tracks were made. All right, cool. All right. So yeah, there's a lot of things to natural explore, including the terrain, which I didn't read very carefully. But yeah, so this is what should we call this Warforged? Let's call him I kind of want to put like the word watch in there, because let's call him watch, because that's a mechanical term, because it's like a watch that you wind up and tell time with, but it's also him being a scout, so he sees things, so he watches things. So I think that's a cool double meaning there. Yeah, I like him. And battle scar, we could come up with a background for that, but yeah, for now, I think that Watch is a really cool character. I would play this guy, or girl, or whatever. He probably doesn't have a gender because he's Warforged. Yeah, so until next time, this is Hogwash over and out. I will catch you later.